All right, I'm out here with Shawn Bruce. As you know, Shawn Bruce is now out in the community, speaking to our youth, trying to inspire people to get closer to God. I wanted to ask him a couple of questions. You'll hear my voice, but we're going to have it on him because I want to ask him a few questions about his passion to give back to the community. So here we go. Wait a minute, I messed up, Shawn. You know why I messed up? Because I should have had it on you. Because there's no way to flip it.
Yeah, you got to flip the thing.
Can you look at your here? You got to hold it because I'm not starting the video over. You holding it? You see your face? You see your face. So my first question to you, Shawn, why are you doing what you do?
Well, I'm going to give you the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing for the community. First, you know what I mean, I just want to say I was once part of the problem in the community, and now I want to be part of the solution. Next, the reason why I'm also doing what I'm doing for the community because I'm also working my debt off with my community. I already worked my debt off, you know what I mean, with society when I went to prison. So now it shouldn't be no reason why I shouldn't work my debt off with my community that I once first messed up. So, and I also appreciate that my community had let me back in it. So I want to show that I have changed. And I want to show that I can give back. And also, I like to, reach out to these, these young ones to stop them from doing what they're doing so they don't lead, to, self-destruction of what I've done.
All right, now, you say you want to reach out to the young ones. Do you find it difficult to reach out to the young ones? Because of all the things you talk about, you're really promoting God. And nowadays, as you know, a lot of teens don't want to hear anything about God. Do you find that they're being receptive? Are they receiving it? Or do you find that most of them is like, get out of here, I don't want to hear you, old head? What is your experience?
Well, my experience is this. It ain't that they don't want to hear God. It's something that they want to hear because it's something new to them. Because they've been doing the devil's work for so long to where that's just called insanity. When you keep doing the same thing over and over and getting the same results, it's like, what else can I do? So if you come to the table with something new and everything, and you're going to get different results. So I feel that with the work of God, things is going to get done. Because how can I do things without God? Because when I was out there just trying to do things on my own, it wasn't getting done. So now, by the works of God, it seemed like the young individuals is listening because I'm talking streets to them and I'm talking about God. So I'm a beginner and I'm a learner also.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to ask like one or two more questions in reference to you speaking about God, and you seem to be comfortable doing so. And you and I had a conversation before, and you expressed that you don't really know a lot about the Bible and to know about, but something about your experiences, your testimony, makes you still go hard for God. Is it something that you think? What was it that changed your? Why you're convinced about God? Before you knew about God, now you still know about Him, but what makes it? What makes it your desire to share God?
Well, like I said before, one day I had a dream, and God came into my dream, and it was a regular face that I see like on walls, and God said, go in there. And I didn't know what He meant by that, but He just said, go in there. And to this day, I can't tell you what's going on, but I just know that God is using me. And He using me in a joyful way to where I'm loving it. And He's sending me places that other people would not go. He's sending me places where other people dare not to go. And people have fear, but I have no fear because I feel that I'm covered.
I hear you.
I'm covered,
I hear you.
And I have people that say, be careful what you're doing. I had to be careful what I was doing before. So I don't, I listen, but God told me to go in there. So there's no turning around when God tell you to go somewhere.
Wow.
So I'm going to go hard for God, because my thing was this. When I was out there doing, stuff that was evil, I was out there going hard. So it shouldn't be no excuse to go hard for God. But see, the thing is, I'm going harder because I'm trying to save an individual life out there. I never thought of that when I was out there in the streets. It was just about my life. Now it's not about just my life. It's about trying to save others.
Wow. I want to just touch on something you said in reference to you used to go hard for the streets. You used to go hard when you was just doing it for yourself. But that makes your testimony even more powerful, because when you had a fearlessness, when you were not living for God, but you were still willing to go hard for yourself. Now that you know God, you understand. You don't walk with fear as to what any man can do to you or whatever, out there in the streets going, because you know you're covered. But at the same time, we do respect, we do respect the streets, and you do seem to understand that you know your lane. You know your lane, and you're doing your thing, and that fearlessness is only because you know who you're living for now. So God will give you that confidence and that boldness, and that's what you do. You demonstrate it every time you're out there speaking and communicating. You're demonstrating it. So I wanted to just make that point. But I know you've been incarcerated, and I know you had the experiences of not being around your family and that kind of thing. And I know you were around a lot of men who maybe if given another opportunity would do things differently, because now they're serving life sentences or whatever, and maybe they have children on the streets and they have no way of helping their children. If you had something to say to an individual, let's just say you were locked up with a man and he says, give my son this message, what would you say to a youth right now? Your father can't help you, your father is gone, he's never going to be in your life, but you still have, what would you share with that individual whose father is incarcerated or maybe perhaps even dead?
Well, first, I will say to that young man, first, I will apologize to him from the path that we first chosen, from not knowing no better. Next, I would tell him that his father loved him, and his father said, this is the way. And the only right way is God's way. Because when you do something, commit a crime, just say you commit a crime and you think that you're getting away with it, God sees everything. God has a way of shining that light on what you did in your past. But when God shine that light on you, when you doing something positive, it's nothing that nobody can say, it's nothing that nobody can do. And my passion, going back to like that, my passion is way beyond that anybody can experience of what I'm doing. And those who do know me, know that this just been in me, but God is the one that brought it out. God brought it out on a bigger picture. So, you know what I mean? Like, I can't take credit for what God is doing.
That's awesome.
I can't.
That's
you know what I mean? God be the glory. I can't take the credit. Like I said, I'm a beginner. I'm just a messenger.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's all I am, the messenger.
That's awesome.
And they say respect the messenger.
Exactly.
You know? And like I said, anywhere that God send me, I'm there. I'm going to spread God's word. Everywhere. Everywhere. Hood to hood, block to block, sewer to sewer. To the homeless, to the unfortunate, to the fortunate, to everybody.
That's awesome. I want to just say this. First of all, may God continue to look after you, protect you while you're on the streets, and you definitely need to understand in Jersey City, you have a lot of people who are supporting you, and we're going to try to do our best to back you, and we're going to start donating Bibles to you, because while you're out there giving out Bibles, you're buying Bibles from your money, your pocket, and you're going out here buying Bibles, buying clothes, buying these things. We need to find a way to support you behind the scenes. And another thing is this. I know you mentioned something about your mom when you were going through your various challenges as a teen. Your mother wasn't happy because you had a praying mother, and your mother was not about that life. So, what would you say to a woman who has a son who's rebelling, who's going through various challenges, and she's getting frustrated with this lifestyle that her son is, caught up into them streets? How would you encourage that woman while, she's dealing with this and she just wants her son to do better?
That's a deep question. And I'm going to say this. My mother was a lady that did her best taking care of her kids. My mother had me at a young age, at the age of 13. So she was a child. My mother is so proud of me right now to where, like, can't even really explain it. And my mother was always a church-going woman. And she was embarrassed by the activities I was out there doing. Certain things that she heard, she couldn't believe it. But that same child that embarrassed his mother is that same child whose mother is not embarrassed no more and who is smiling and praising God that I found my way again.
That's awesome.
Because I went astray. I went astray. And I do appreciate that question because from what my mother been through, from having a few surgeries on her brain, 4 to 5 surgeries, and it gotta be a God, because she's still here. And she here to see what I'm doing. She here to see that I'm not no longer out here putting poison in the streets. I'm not out here influencing these young boys to tell them to go kill anybody. I'm not out here trying to put packages and individuals. I'm not out here trying to do, side things to try to get money. I'm just here. I have my freedom. I don't need a whole bunch of people to run with me, and that and the third. I have God. So I have a mighty crew right now.
I hear you.
So I'm blessed.
You are.
And like I said, I'm going to continue as God give me the strength and wake me up anytime that I can go out here and do anything that's good for my community. I'm going to do it. Whether I'm across seas or wherever. So I truly appreciate this, Miss Angela. I truly appreciate it because also you're teaching me. You're teaching me. So this is a blessing to have positive people in your corner that's teaching you the word, because I never had this. All my friends was just something negative because we was all out there contributing, doing negative activities just to try to get a dollar. But it's not about making money. It's about making memories with me.
That's awesome. So, because I'm going to save all my good questions for the real sit-down interview.
Yes,
because
ma'am.
we're going to, when I start my little show, my podcast, you got to be on there.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say one thing in reference to why do I support Shawn Bruce? Because he's a living testimony. He is a living example as to what God say when he says go out and share his word. He's not sitting back just gaining and gaining and gaining. As he's gaining, because he clearly said, I don't know it all. While he's gaining, he's sharing the little that he knows. That's just how awesome God is, and God can use any one of us that way. Just if you know a little bit about God, he didn't tell you you had to know the entire Bible. Share what you do know from your own experience. He can't go based off my life story or somebody else's life. He can go based off what he know God did for him. So that's the amazing part about our journey as believers. We all have our own testimony. And your testimony, you are definitely a living testimony that God can change any life. And I'm sharing this as a mother. If you have children, they need to see examples like Shawn Bruce. We know that because this is what we see mostly in our hood.
God changed Saul. God changed Saul. Paul, Saul. So y'all think about that.
Check him out.
And I'm not trying to go blind for 3 days. So I learned my lesson and everything. God don't got to blind me for 3 days. Only thing God did was took the sheet from over my head.
Wow.
So If God could change Saul, he could change anybody. Like I said, I just want to leave y'all this.
Wow, that's awesome.
Don't judge me from a distance. And don't judge any other individual from a distance. Please go up to that person and conversate with them. Because sometimes when you talk to an individual, you can know what a person thinking. You can know how a person feel. You can know what a person up to. Now in these days, everything is revealed. God is here.
Wow.
So there's nothing hidden no more. He's really here.
Wow.
So I'm very approachable. Like I said, I'm not ashamed of my past. I've been incarcerated. I did federal time. I hung with murderers. I hung with drug dealers. I've been around it. Still have friends that's out there doing what they're doing, but that don't mean that I gotta do it. I'm here to try to change their life for the best.
Wow.
So, like I said, man, God is here. He's really here.
Wow.
So when people see me, don't judge me, because I just look like this, but I have a heart. I have a heart. So I really appreciate this, Miss Angela.
I appreciate you more. You really, I'm telling you right now, we got to talk again. I'm going to end this video, but I just wanted to repeat what he just said in reference to, we know, if you didn't know, that most of the New Testament was written by Paul. Prior to God changing his name to Paul, his name was Saul, and he used to go around murdering believers in Christ. So not only did God clean him up and change his life, God used him to share his story. God used him to share the gospel. And this is an amazing testimony as to how he knows a little something about the word. You don't judge nobody. You don't know how God can change a murderer. He can change anybody. And he said, I know I'm a changed man. This is what he's saying. That's his testimony, not mine. Because I don't know anything about that life. But I see when God is using somebody to bring glory to his name, because that's what it's always about. Always and only about God. So I appreciate God aligning our path, because from one servant to another, I say stay encouraged and be encouraged, because you are doing your thing for the Lord. And that's a good thing. We're going to talk to him. You're going to see me talk to him more. So we're going to just sign off for now, and we'll be in touch. Y'all take care.